Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel Be Yourself. This is Dr. Rajni Sharma and today I am going to deal with the Henry-Michaelis-Menten equation. So from the equation you might be wondering that the equation is something wrong with the equation, that it should be containing S0 and Km, but actually it is the same equation which has been given by the Michaelis and Menten. The other equation which you are expecting about the S0 and Km was given by the Briggs-Haldane. So I will discuss how this Michaelis-Menten equation got modified into with the terms of initial substrate of the of reaction and the Km value. So let's start and let's see how this equation was formulated. So in the previous class I already have discussed that how the activation energy is playing role and how the enzymes is particularly responsible to lower down the activation energy on working on the collision theory and the transition state theory. So after that it comes how this is activating the or how this is controlling the mechanism in a chemical reaction. So first of all, this kinetics was studied by the Victor Henry in 1903 and later on little bit modified by the Leonard Michaelis and Maude Menten. That's why it is popularly known as Michaelis-Menten equation, as measure of the part was well explained by the Michaelis and Menten in 1913. So initially Victor and Henry has uses the any velocity v, whereas this was confirmed that Michaelis and Menten confirmed that instead of using any velocity at any time of a chemical reaction, it is much better to use the initial velocity, and this will help to clarify the kinetics more clearly as compared to when we are considering any velocity v. So let's see how actually it was put forward. So this derivation is particularly with respect to the single substrate enzymes, because we know in a chemical reaction it is not always that only one substrate is involved. But to simplify these equations here, we have first considered single substrate is being used and single product will be formed in the reaction. So let's consider a reaction, any arbitrary reaction where E is the enzyme, S is the substrate, and here unstable intermediate will be formed as ES, which will finally break down into E. Enzyme will be released as it is and the product will be formed. And in general we denote the forward reaction kinetics of in the terms of reaction kinetics as the reaction constant K1, and the reverse reaction is well mentioned by K minus 1. Similarly, here the K2 is representing the forward reaction where ES is breaking down into E or product or enzyme and product is released, where K minus 2 is representing the reversible reaction where product is again combining with the enzyme to form the enzyme substrate intermediate. So at the initial level, what will be there? The amount of product formed will be very less. So in this negligible condition, we can ignore the reversible reactions. So now how the reaction equation can be expressed? When I will ignore the reversible reaction when product concentration is very less, on that time we can rearrange the reaction above this reaction in this way, where enzyme is combining with the substrate to form the enzyme substrate intermediate, and finally it is breaking down into the product form and enzyme is released. In the previous class I have discussed that the intermediate state is very much important while we are talking about the activation energy. So that's why here we will consider the equation with respect to that of the ES, and ES is quite unstable, so it is very difficult to analyze. So previously it was stated that either we will use a continuous state or the steady state equation. So in this case they have considered the steady state equation, where they have analyzed that this particular amount of reaction will be carried out for a particular time. So with that respect, let us derive the equation, or let us see how Michaelis, Menten and Harry has contributed to derive this equation. So what will happen? Consider it at any time t. What will be the reaction at any time t? The rate of formation of ES will be what? K1 into E into S, or we can say, as we all know, that rate of formation of any product it will be equal to the reaction constant multiplied by, or the product of the reaction constant to that of the substrate. So when we are talking about the formation of the ES, in that case this is the substrate, this whole reaction is the substrate, and the product is ES. That's why the rate of formation of ES will be reaction constant K1, as it is going on the forward direction, multiplied by the substrate. But the rate of, what will the rate of formation, breakdown of ES? The rate of breakdown of ES will be K minus 1, or in the reversible direction, because when I say rate of breakdown of ES, in that case ES will be considered as the substrate, whereas E plus S will be considered as a product. So rate of breakdown of ES will be K minus 1 ES. At this time it will be continuing till, or this equation will continue in the same way till the equilibrium is not arrived. When the equilibrium will be arrived, on that case you know that the rate of formation of ES will be equal to the rate of breakdown of ES. So now we can consider at equilibrium the equation like rate of formation of ES will be equal to the rate of breakdown of ES. So as in the previous one, we have what we have seen? We have seen that rate of formation of ES is K1 E into S, and rate of breakdown is K minus 1 ES. So let's see if I will keep it in the equilibrium form like this. Now we are trying to calculate the equation for the ES. So let's rearrange this with respect to ES. When we will rearrange this equation, when I will take the reaction constant toward the RHS side or right hand side and ES toward the left hand side, on that case we will found that this equation K minus 1 by K1 will be considered as Ks, where Ks is particularly considered as a dissociation constant for the ES, which is the basic motto to find out what actually the rate of dissociation of ES, because after that only product is forming. So this is the unstable intermediate which we are focusing on, and we will be expressing the velocity or the rate of reaction with respect to the ES. Now let at any time when I will consider E naught, which is the total number of enzyme, I will consider it E naught as the total concentration of enzyme at any time, then how it will be expressed? At any time E naught will be what? E naught will be equal to the free enzyme E. Let's suppose E is the amount of free enzyme which has not yet bonded with the substrate, plus the enzyme which has bonded with the substrate. So I can say that E, or the free enzyme, will be equals to E naught will be equals to E will be equals to E naught minus ES. Now what I will get? Look at the above equation here. E, here is the requirement of free an enzyme. So from this equation we can consider that free enzyme will be equal to the total concentration of enzyme which we have used minus the concentration of enzyme which has combined with the substrate. So replacing this equation or replacing equation 2 and 1 together, or combining them together, we can write it or rearrange it like this. So here what we have this equation in place of E, which was here, multiplied by the substrate. We have used the substrate, divided by ES. So ES is the same, is equals to the dissociation constant of the ES. Now how we can rearrange? What I have told, that we are finding the equation with respect to the ES. Once we will come to know that what exactly the ES concentration is, then after that we can determine the rate of the reaction. So let's express in the terms of ES. So when I will rearrange the equation, I will cross multiply it. When I will cross multiply, ES will goes this side, and here I will multiply E naught with the substrate and ES with the substrate S. Then I will got this equation: E naught into S minus ES into S equals to ES into KS. Let's take the ES term toward the right hand side. So what I am having E naught S here, and ES KS plus, as this is minus sign, and when it will be go to the right hand side, it will become plus. So it will become plus ES into S. Now here is ES. In the previous equation, ES was common in both the terms. So let's take the ES in as a common factor. So when I will take ES out of the bracket, then I will be having KS plus E. So from now I have got the equation with respect to ES, where ES equals to E naught into substrate, or E naught is the total amount of enzyme into substrate divided by Ks, or dissociation constant for the ES, plus the substrate concentration. We all know that rate of formation of product. So what was our equation? Our equation was E plus S with the reversible reaction ES, and this ES was breaking down into the product E plus P, where K2 was the rate constant. So we know that at any time, if I will consider the rate of formation of any reaction, then it will be rate of formation of any reaction is equals to the rate constant. Here rate constant is K2 into the substrate. So here substrate is what, if I will say the rate of formation of product, if I am considering, then what is the substrate which is breaking down into the product? Here the product substrate is the intermediate one, which is ES. So what will be our equation? Our equation will be V naught will be equals to K2 into ES. Now we from till now we have tried to find out the ES from this equation. Now is it clear to you all that why we are focusing on the ES? Now we got the ES concentration. From this ES concentration, we can now determine the rate of formation of the product. So rate of formation of product will be K2 into ES. Now replace this K2 or the value of V naught, which I have here ES value. So when I will consider this value, what I will be having? I will be having K2. So in the whole terms of ES, I will be multiplying the K2. So I will be having this one. Another point is that when all of the enzyme when I will consider K2 into E naught, what does it says? It says that all the enzyme, because I have considered E naught as the total concentration of enzyme, when all the enzyme which we have put in the reaction is been used in the, or is been engaged in the reaction, then what does it indicate? When all the active site of the enzyme is saturated with the substrate, on that case we will be having Vmax, or the maximum amount of velocity. So I can replace the above equation as Vmax into substrate divided by Ks plus substrate concentration. So this was the exactly equation which was derived by Michaelis and Hendrix, Michaelis, Menten. So only difference was that Hendrix has, instead of using V naught, Hendrix has used V, or at any velocity, but Michaelis and Menten both together has stated that it is much better to use the V naught, and it will be considered universally, because each and every reaction will be having different velocity. Though here also also it will depend on the dissociation constant of the intermediate state, but still it is better to consider the E naught, and it will give you more authenticated result. The same theory was well adopted by the Briggs Haldane, and they have just modified this equation into another form, which I will discuss in my next class. So don't forget to subscribe and share my channel. And so in the next class I will be discussing about the Briggs-Haldane hypothesis, which exactly has find out the equation V naught is equals to V max into S naught by S naught plus Km, where Km is the Michaelis-Menten constant, and this was named just to give the respect to Michaelis and Menten, because measure of the work is well defined by the Michaelis and Menten. So don't forget to subscribe and share my channel. And after this I will also share you that why this graph, how this graph is there, how for the enzyme substrate reaction, what exactly equation which is plotting these types of graph. So don't forget to subscribe and share my channel. Till then, goodbye, enjoy your lockdown, have a nice day.